Biggie was 24 when he passed. Pac was 25 when he passed. Given what they were doing, how big do you think they would have been? Let's just say they live another 10 years, another 15, another 20 years.
Pac would have probably been the Michael Jackson of hip hop.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Club Shay Shay. I am your host, Shannon Sharpe. I'm also the proprietor of Club Shay Shay. Stopping by for conversation and a drink today is an OG original. A master wordsmith, a hardcore word assassin, a Grammy Award-winning artist, one of the greatest rappers of all time. He helped shape the way hip-hop is viewed worldwide. He defined the term lyricist. He sold over 500,000 albums before CDs, streams, and social media. A pioneer from the golden era. He transformed live performance. He revolutionized hip-hop fashion. A legendary entertainer, actor, songwriter, producer, and a model. One of the most influential and skilled, respected MCs ever. He's been active for over 40 years. An icon, a Hall of Famer, royalty, Brooklyn born, a key to the borough. Here he is, one of the greatest lyricists of all time. Big Daddy Kane. Kane!
My brother.
When you hear me read off those accolades, after being in the business for 40 years, what are you thinking?
What am I thinking? I guess the main thing that come to mind is it's only been 37.
I added 3 extra years to that thing, huh?
Yeah. But it's all good. I take it, man. I take it. I mean, this is just something that, I started doing as a kid and realizing that I have a voice and people want to hear it. I've tried to do the right thing with it and, promote the right message. So, all these, decades later to have people, giving you accolades and flowers and things of that nature, I think it's a blessing, man,
When you got started, I mean, in the because this thing goes back, DJ Herc.
Kool Herc. Yeah.
DJ Kool Herc in the Bronx. And you got Melle Mel. They started this thing. So is that when you got hooked? Because prior to that, there was nothing else. So how did you, this is what I want to do?
Back when Herc and Afrika Bambaataa and Grandmaster Flash, them started, I was probably about 5 years old.
Right.
So I was really, playing with toys and things of that nature. It wasn't until 1977. I heard a DJ in Brooklyn by the name of Master D.
Okay.
And he threw on Love Is the Message by MFSB. And I seen the craziest thing in the world. I just seen all the mature teens and adults line up by the DJ booth.
Okay.
And they all just rhyme, they getting on the mic, dip, dip, die, socialize, the age of one. And I never seen nothing like that before. That was 77. So hip hop had already been going on in the Bronx and like that. But this was in Brooklyn, my first time really seeing it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, all right, I don't know what that is, but I want to be a part.
You want to be a part of it.
So you're right. Yeah.
Kane, how did you find your voice? Because how did you find okay, this is kind of the message that I'm going to deliver, because you're great with wordplay. And, you KRS-One, we're going to get through the backdrop of that. But how did you decide to say, you know what, this is kind of the direction I want to go?
Well, you talking about lyrically?
Yes.
I'm from Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. So as a kid, it's nothing you want to play outside and have fun. But, when you see a Coupe de Ville, El Dorado, or a Deuce and a Quarter pull up, and one of the pimps and the hustlers get out, you rush over there.
Right.
Because they're going to give you a dub. They're going to give you a 20 spot just to run to the store to either get them a bill or a Lucy.
Right.
And tell you to keep the change. Mm-hmm. So you're around that type of element. And then you're hearing them talk. And the way they talk, and everybody just fascinated with it. And they just stand there. Because I remember one of my first rhymes, I used something I heard one of the older hustler dudes say. One of my first rhymes, I said, I know the tricks, I know the trades, and I'm sharp as a motherfucking razor blade. That was something older dudes said.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm a kid putting that in a rhyme. You feel see? So it was I'm like, I just want to have that slick talk,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Brooklyn, you mentioned Brooklyn. What is it in the water? What is it in the soil? Yourself, Biggie, Jay-Z, Kim, Foxy, Mos Def, Busta, Fab, Pop Smoke, Joey Badass. What is it about that borough that's been able to produce this?
I think that quality of uniqueness, like I just think that Brooklyn just got their own way of doing things.
Right.
We have our own way of doing things. I just, think that plays a major part, from what we seen in the streets in Brooklyn and how it impacted us in a way where this is what we want to talk about.
Okay.
Were
you the first mainstream from Brooklyn?
No, Houdini.
Oh, okay.
Houdini. First mainstream, first hip-hop sex symbols, Houdini. Yeah.
I remember in 1986, I saw Houdini, I saw Run DMC, I saw the Fat Boys, I saw about 5 groups at Savannah Civic Center. I'll never forget. 1986. And it was unbelievable. And now that you mentioned, I was like, I did not know they were from Brooklyn.
Yeah, Houdini's from Brooklyn, Fat Boys. Yeah. I think, if I'm correct, I believe the first MC to have a recording deal from Brooklyn was Jimmy Spicer. He had a song called Super Rhymes and Dollar Bill, y'all. But Houdini were like the first to impact.
Knowing what you know now, is that when you look back at it, and you didn't know that there were going to be so many more that come after you, but did you feel like an obligation, like, okay, I'm from Brooklyn, Houdini, but the first to like get on there individually and do your thing, did you feel like you had to start this thing off, hold it up because they were going to be coming after you, or did you not think that far in advance?
I felt like I wanted to try to help other talented artists get established. That's what I felt, because that's how I got on. I started rapping in 82.
Okay.
I was making demos and things of that nature, and no one was checking for me. I couldn't get a record deal to save my life. Then in 84, I met Biz Markie.
Is that what y'all started for, the Juice Crew?
Well, Juice Crew was before Biz.
Okay.
That was with Mr. Magic.
You're right.
Yeah, Mr. Magic, Fly Tie and all them, Roxanne Shante was the first artist.
MC Shan was it.
Yeah, Roxanne Shante was the first artist, then Shan, Craig G, and then Biz, I believe. But Biz, I met him before he even had a deal.
Okay.
And I met him, we battled.
Yeah.
We battled. And after the battle, he says, yo, you dope, you should get down with me. I do a lot of shows and make a little bit of money, and I promise you I'm gonna get you a record deal. So that's who believed in me. That's who put me on the stage for the first time.
Okay.
So with everything that Biz did for me, once I, got out in the public, I wanted to try to do that for other artists.
Okay. So you each one teach one, and someone gave you an opportunity. So now naturally you feel it's Kane's job to give back like somebody gave to me. Everybody don't look that way. A lot of times people get put on realizing someone helped cut them on. Now I'm gonna pull the ladder up because I don't want nobody else to get on.
Yeah. There's a lot of selfish thinking like that. I've seen it, I've experienced it, but that's not my style.
Right.
Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Week 3 of football was very entertaining. Those blocked field goals that led to touchdowns, both by the Jets and the Eagles, were crazy. Jalen Hurts and the offense really showed up too. And don't get me started on Jonathan Taylor and the Colts. They had a date. Making picks on Prize Picks is simple. Be sure you download the app for the upcoming games. Which players are going off? Which players aren't? Prize Picks is the best way to win cash this football season. Make your picks in less than 60 seconds. Prize Picks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. Join millions of users and sign up today. Download the app today. Use code Shannon to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code Shannon to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. You were Biggie's favorite rapper. Did you met Biggie?
Yeah. I've been around Big twice.
Okay.
But we had the 3 phone calls. You know, it was always funny, you know, too, because we didn't have a direct connection. It was my DJ, Mr. C,
Okay.
who would call and put us on the phone together. And when he clicked Big in, first thing he say, the real B.I.G. That's the first thing we just laugh and whatnot. Then he tell me what's on his mind, But I mean, he was someone that I had so much respect for, man, and I thought was super talented because I've seen a lot of MCs, develop, their style and become better throughout the years. I saw Biggie do this in like a year.
Yes.
In like 1 year, I seen him go from here to here, lyrically. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was like, had he lived, I think he would have probably been the greatest MC ever.
Wow. Did you know that he had that ability? Because like you said, it wasn't long. It wasn't like he had a 5-year or 10-year career. It like he blew up and then it was gone. Just like that.
I mean, it's the type of thing where back then when Mr. C was trying to get him a deal, C would be like, yo, he don't remind you of you? Like, nah. And then he came out with, I believe, Party and Bullshit. And, he rocking. And he's like,
Party and
yeah. And he's asked me again. He's like, yo, you don't, because Biggie talked about stuff I didn't talk about.
Correct.
See what I'm saying? So I'm like, nah, I don't see it. Then when he came out with the remix for One More Chance, and when I'm like, however, I stay Coochie down to the socks. I called C that time.
Yeah.
All right, my bad. I see it now.
I see it.
I see it. Yeah. I was like, yeah, he's a monster.
Biggie invited you to one of Tupac shows. How did you and Tupac get?
I was performing at Madison Square Garden.
Okay.
For the Budweiser Superfest.
Okay.
And Biggie wanted to come.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, And Biggie was hanging with Pac because he was in New York filming Above the Rim.
Okay.
So he asked, could Pac come?
Okay.
And I was like, absolutely, because I knew Pac when he was dancing for Digital Underground.
Yeah.
Because they were the opening act on my first tour.
Wow.
So I'd known Pac for that,
Right.
So I was like, absolutely, yeah, bring him. So when they brought him, I called them, both on stage and let them freestyle,
Damn.
Yeah.
How often does that happen? That someone of your ilk caliber invite somebody on stage, y'all go ahead and freestyle this?
Well, the reason I do it a lot, but the reason I really wanted to do it that particular night is because when I first got on, Bobby Brown did it for me.
Oh,
You know?
Yes.
Because this is when they wasn't really letting hip hop in the Garden like that, I think maybe the last ones to be there might have been like Run DMC or LL, So like Bobby Brown had a show, with his first solo album, and he let me get on and rock with him and perform one of my songs. So here's Biggie, a new up and coming artist. Here's Pac, he filming a movie. Fat Joe also, but I ran out of time. I couldn't let Joe on.
Right.
Because they was telling me 5 minutes left. Yeah. But I was like, y'all come on, rock.
Joe gonna tell that story. Joe gonna say you had 25 minutes left. Joe go add some yeast to that thing so that thing grow down.
No, listen, let me explain something to you. Ain't nothing better than watching Pajokio do his thing.
Pajokio, come on, Kane.
when he get into his element, I love it. I love it. But I'm gonna let the world know straight up. He telling the truth when he say that he was there and was supposed to get on that particular night at Madison Square Garden. Joe telling the truth.
Because people say, man, you wasn't supposed to go on with Kane. Kane wasn't about to let you on.
Nah, he's telling the straight up truth. And in all honesty, it was something that, really bothered me.
Right.
Because he was a new artist at the time. So that would have been a good look for him. But they were like 5 minutes, and I still hadn't done Warm It Up Kane or Ain't No Half Stepping, so I didn't have no time.
You didn't have no time to get him on. Did you ever get in the studio with Pac? Did you ever see Pac in the studio?
We worked together. Before, like a year before he passed, Suge Knight wanted to start Death Row East.
Right.
And, he invited me out. We went out to a Tyson fight, and, we talked about working, and then we left Vegas and flew right back to L.A. Right. Went in the studio, and I recorded a song called Wherever You Are with Pac. I wrote a song for Hammer called "What You Gonna Do for Me," and me, Pac, and Hammer, all three of us did a song together called "Too Late Player," all in the same night.
Wow.
Yeah.
Suge offered you an opportunity. Did he try to sign you to Death Row East?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why you didn't sign?
It was like, he asked me what did I want. I said, 400,000 an album. I didn't, because I'm checking the temperature, because at that point in time, no one was really trying to sign me. So I'm trying to check the temperature in the room, you know, so I didn't want to go hard, so I said 400,000. He was like, that's a strange number, 400. Why wouldn't you just simply say 500? Okay, 500. And he like, man, you Big Daddy Kane, man. He was like, I have to make the Dog Pound.
Mm-hmm.
I have to make, I forgot what other artists he mentioned. I have to, make them.
Mm-hmm.
You already an established name. I would be insulting you to give you less than $1 million. Okay, cool. And I mean, I thought we had a deal.
Right.
But then he said, look, I don't know about your financial status right now, but if you need a little something, I can, give you a little 100,000 right now, to take with you, know. And then that's what made me uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah. You felt that you took that 100,000, you was gonna be indebted to this man.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden,
that just felt like a gangster move, and I was like, nah, I'm good, man, I'm good, and I didn't do it.
Yeah. Biggie was 24 when he passed. Pac was 25 when he passed. Given what they were doing at the time of their untimely demise, how big do you think they would have been? Let's just say they live another 10 years, another 15, another 20 years.
I think that Pac would have probably been the Michael Jackson of hip hop.
Wow.
Because you got to understand, not only did women love Pac, men love Pac.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Men, women wanted to be with Pac, men wanted to be like Pac. So I mean, he was a very, very powerful figure. Anytime you pass away and people have sightings of you, that's when you a bad dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. True.
Like, people still swear out that Michael Jackson's still alive.
Yeah.
People still swear out Elvis Presley's alive.
Right.
People doing that with Pac.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
How much do you think him being something that he's not played a role? Because a lot of people say Pac wasn't what he was rapping about, what he was pretending to be. This thug life, and he had California, tatted on him. He wasn't that. Do you think that played a role in his demise?
I think that Pac had a lot of hood ways in him. I think that Pac was a real dude. I think that Pac was a good dude. I think that the bad thing was just that he was easily influenced. I'm not going to sit here and say that he wasn't about it, he wasn't real. I think that he was just easily influenced.
Mm-hmm. He was a chameleon because he get with executives, be it TV or music execs, and he was charming, he was charismatic. Now, all of a sudden, he gets with people that live that lifestyle. He could convince you that he's about that lifestyle.
But you see, you got to understand, when he was a dancer for Digital Underground,
mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't know how many nights there would be where I would have to sit him, and it was him and Money B.
Yeah.
Money B wasn't doing that.
Right.
Pac and my dancers, Scoob and Scrap.
Right.
I'd have to sit them down like, yo, why are y'all fighting at an after party? Why are y'all, you know what I'm saying? So I've seen that side of Pac before he was Pac.
Right.
I've seen that side. I've seen him, get into it and romp with cats, after a show or backstage. I've seen that side.
What was that about, though, Kane? Because you're like, he's up and coming, and then he is at an after party. He's squabbing at an after party. Why? You don't have to do that.
We all did that dumb shit, man. You can't just put that on Pac.
Right.
We all did that,
right?
Man,
the things you're going through. I mean, you think about it. He passed at 25, so he had to be what, a late teenager, early 20s.
You ain't never had a fight at an after party?
Nah.
Come on, Shannon.
Nah. I ain't never had no fight at no after party.
But then again, you a big ass dude, so
I ain't
yeah,
really
nobody
trying to go to that
they probably
party
ain't want that smoke. Yeah, so it's yeah.
Let me ask you this, though, Kane. If you could go back and do anything different in your career, what would it be?
If I could do anything different, I don't know. That's a dangerous thing to do. You know, I don't know if I really want to.
You ain't trying to rewrite history.
Yeah, I don't think I want to mess up what I have. Yeah, I don't think I want to do that.
The money. Was money? I mean, 'cause look, there was no internet. There was no streaming. You were selling hard copy albums.
Mm-hmm. And CDs.
And CDs. Mm-hmm. So you had to have somebody go wait in the line for this drop, and the line be around the building. That was a powerful thing back then.
Oh yeah. Now I used to love like stuff like that. Like I remember, like on me and Albie Shore, we dropped like around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So Warner Brothers had us out on promotional tour, and every day, you know, we just did clowning and joking and having a good time, and to like come in a record store and see the line, like you said, wrapping around the corner. Oh man, beautiful thing, man. I sit there and start acting silly and whatnot, you know, as they start coming in, you know, me and Al sitting there. I'm like, all right, all the light-skinned fans on this side, dark-skinned fans over here. You know?
Do you think will it ever be like that again, Kane? Will music ever sell like that? Will people ever line up to want to hear a record, to go purchase a physical copy of a record or a CD? Will it ever be like that again, or are we relegated to streams and other forms of receiving that?
I think that it's like that right now, just not as strong.
Okay.
You have artists that's selling vinyl for like $250 a copy. You know, and people are buying it, they're purchasing it, you know. So it's happening. It does exist. But will it be at the forefront like it was before? I doubt it. Mm-hmm. Because the world has pretty much become, you know, a fast food. The world is fast food now. So it's going to be really, really hard to go
people
back.
ain't trying to wait on nothing, Kane.
Nah.
I mean, hey, they don't want to go to the grocery store. They call somebody. Hey, they call somebody to shop for them. They call Uber Eats. They call DoorDash. They call.
No. Hold this one. People don't even want to wait on the truth.
Wow.
It's not about, you know, getting the story right. It's about getting the story first. Yeah, you know. So yeah.
Kane, what have you learned about money?
What I learned about money, I mean, you know, for one, you know, you have to protect it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to protect it and spend it wisely, you know. And
but how does a young man that's coming into a large sum of money, coming up from the background a lot of us came up from, impoverished background, maybe it wasn't a two-parent home, it was a mom or a grandmom, and you've never had, and you get this sum of money and all the things that you've ever wanted as a child or as a young man, you get an opportunity to get it all at once. You can get whatever you want, as much as you want. How does one refrain from being reckless? Because when we get money, Kane, and we in our 20s, we think we're going to be getting money like this in our 30s, 40s, 50s.
Yeah.
So it ain't going to end.
That's the mentality. But, you know, you have to understand that, you know, there was always someone before you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? There was Run DMC before me.
Mm-hmm.
There was a Melle Mel before me.
Mm-hmm.
You know? There was a Jim Brown before you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you have to understand there was someone before me.
Right. You were, but to see rappers what they become, they fly private. They got. I mean, I saw Drake. I was like, whoa, man, that Joe got a 767. Decked out. These guys, you know, 30, 40, 50, 60 million dollars, nothing for these guys now a year. Kane probably looking back like, damn, I'm just 40 years too soon.
Well said, man. Well said. But you know, I am so happy for these cats. Like, you know, when I see that, you know, when I hear about Drake's success, Jay-Z's success. You know, I love hearing those stories because I know how difficult, especially with Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Because this is someone who I tried to get a deal for in the early 90s. You know what I'm saying? And no one was receptive. So to see this dude become a billionaire, I'm like, in their face, yes. Wow. You know, I love it.
Right.
You know, and that goes for the rest of them as well, you know.
Kane, what is the biggest difference with rap when you was coming up and moving it to the forefront? Let's just say when you first started and then say the first 10 years versus what you see now in the rap game.
Well, I mean, I have this conversation with a lot of people all the time when they're against certain things that artists of today do. I try to explain to them that, you know, when we were doing it, you know, like the first rap song came out 79.
Sugar Hill Gang?
Yeah.
Rap with Delight?
Yeah. That's 79.
Yeah.
I got a deal in 88. That's 9 years later.
Correct.
Even at that point, hip hop wasn't respected as a music genre.
No.
You know, we wasn't really acknowledged.
Nope.
And damn near couldn't really get on the radio.
No.
Even at that point,
right.
You know.
Even
so,
MTV didn't really play y'all like that, and you didn't get the Grammys, didn't acknowledge you until 92.
There you go. So it's like, it's the type of thing where I try to explain to a lot of artists, you know, from my era, it's like, you got to separate the culture from the genre. Because now hip hop is a genre. It's a music genre. Just like R&B, just like rock, you know, just like pop. And let's just look at R&B. Two of the greatest R&B vocalists ever. Marvin Gaye, Luther Vandross. Two of the greatest ever. Both of them had writers. So you see like an artist of today, you be like, yo, so he not even writing his own stuff.
Yeah.
He ain't hip hop. It's like, culturally speaking, we didn't do that. I still don't do that.
Right.
I let someone write a hook, but not my verse.
Okay.
You know, that's because I'm a part of the culture. I'm from that era, from that cloth. But artists today, they're coming out in this thing as it's a hip hop genre. So they're looking at themselves as artists, not as MCs. So, you know, it's different to them.
And some of it is still hardcore, because I hear that, man, he don't even write, he got ghostwriters, he got this. But I never heard anybody say, well, Whitney can't sing because she didn't write the song. Mariah can't sing because she didn't write the song. I never hear that with other genres except rap.
That's because it's like, it's people that understand the culture, that understand hip hop culture. You know, because like what we called biting today, they call paying homage.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just different. Like, I mean, even like what we called a freestyle in the 70s and 80s. Today they call it a written rhyme.
Right. Yeah, because freestyle, I'm thinking, okay, they say, hey, coming to the mic, hey, to freestyle this is Kane. Okay, they start playing a beat. You going through, okay, how you want to, you know, and then you go. If you already got the song in your head, you already know what you're going to say, and they drop a beat. That ain't a freestyle. A freestyle means you got to come up there and give it to them free.
That's today's definition. You know? No, you're not wrong.
Okay.
You're not wrong.
Okay.
Because that is today's definition.
Okay.
But back in the 80s, we said off the dome.
Yes.
70s, they said off the top.
Right.
Today, they say freestyle. With us, if you write a rhyme, and it's not about a girl, it's not about poverty, you know? It's not no gangster stuff about, you know, who you shot up. It's just a rhyme just bragging about how dope you are. That rhyme that you wrote, that's called a freestyle, because it's free of style.
Right.
You're not talking about no specific subject matter.
Oh, okay.
So that's what a freestyle
That's
meant
what a
to us
freestyle is.
back in the
Free
days.
is that you're not talking about anything specific.
Right. Yeah.
Off the dome. So you just going up there and you just talking about
what they call freestyle now is what we called off the dome back in the days.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You just say the first thing come to mind and make it rhyme, you know?
Right. But what happened to the lyricists? Where did they go? Did all y'all retire at once, Kane? Did all y'all, hey, I'm up out of here. I'm up. May, when you leaving, I'm leaving. Where are they? Where are they now? You know the story that used to come on TV, like the athletes or whomever, the entertainers. Where are they now? Where are the lyricists now?
Kendrick Lamar is a great lyricist.
Okay. J. Cole?
Conway the Machine is a great lyricist. Benny the Butcher.
Oh, okay,
Benny. Is a great lyricist.
Okay.
Lady London is a magnificent lyricist. J. Cole is my favorite of this era.
Really?
My favorite.
Okay.
You know, great lyricists. So they're there.
They're there.
They're there. It's just that music is going through this phase where it's, you know, the fans ain't really focused on the lyrics. When you talk to someone, you ask them about a song, the first thing they say is, yo, yeah, that's a vibe. You know, like the disco era.
Yes.
You know, you can, as long as you can hear that,
yeah,
you didn't care what the body was singing. You know what I'm saying? It was a vibe. True. You know.
Streaming now. Where are you on streaming? You cool with it?
Well, I mean, I don't have no new music out. You know, so, you know, it is what it is. I wish it was different because I understand that, you know, artists are not getting the money that they're supposed to, and they're being paid less for streams.
Right.
So,
than they would a hard copy.
Yeah.
Physical
you
copy.
know. So I mean, I'm sympathetic, you know, for the younger generation that's coming out trying to make music, if that's what they plan to do for their livelihood.
Right.
You know, because it's going to be very difficult, you know, depending on streams.
Right.
You know.
Kane, when you sold 500,000 copies, did you realize what a feat, what you had accomplished? Did you understand at that moment what you had done?
I mean, yeah, they gave me the gold record, so I knew what I did, but it's just that that's never been my mentality.
Right.
You know? My Grammy, I got it in 90, maybe, 91. I can't remember what year it was. I mean, I never put it up until like 2000. You know, my whole thing was this. What meant the most to me was someone coming up to me saying, yo, man, your music got me through high school. Your music got me through college.
Right.
Your music got me through Desert Storm. That's what meant, those were the rewards.
Right.
Those were the most important things to me. Because I'm doing this for my fans.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not for a Grammy or a Soul Train Award,
right.
or, you know. If I get it, cool.
Are you appreciative of it? But
yeah, I'm appreciative, but that's not what I set out to do. That's not why I made music. You know,
your catalog. You own your catalog?
Not yet,
but you gonna get it.
Allah willing. I mean, Allah willing. I hope so, man. You know, yeah.
Prince, he never let anybody sample his songs, but you got one. How?
I don't know. Somebody told me that Prince liked me. You know. I mean, musically.
Yeah.
Somebody told me that because we met, and you know, he was cool, and when I wanted to use Pop Life, you know, he was with it. You know, even other than that, when he did the Batman soundtrack, he did a song called Bat Dance, and he asked Benny Medina, you know, to have me, you know, rap on it, and I put a verse on it. And with us both being Warner Brothers, you know, we thought everything was cool because Batman was coming out on Warner Film.
Yeah.
Well, even though
1989, wasn't it?
I can't remember.
I think it was 89. Yeah.
But even though Warner Brothers Records had rap artists, Warner's Film didn't want nothing to do with hip hop, so they took my verse off.
Oh.
But Prince had me on the song. You know, yeah.
Wow. Where are you on sampling? You let people say, because I ask LL, I ask a lot of people. A lot of people say, yeah, I'm not really big on sampling. To talk to Bobby Brown, had him on. He's like, I don't really want to mess it up. But you know what? If it's the right person and I hear it first, somebody comes to Kane and says, hey, you know, they want to sample something. Do you need to hear it before you let them put it out, or you just sign off on it?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I would probably rather not hear it.
Really?
I think I would rather not hear it. Yeah.
Because you hear it, don't like it, you ain't gonna let them put it out.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to not like it and then be like, nah, don't, you know. It's like, if this is an opportunity for you to shine and, you know, become successful, I'd rather, you know, you just do you, because I'm from that era. That's all we did. You know, because you have to understand, Shannon, you know, when hip hop started, you know, you can't say, so what's the origin of hip hop music? People can ask that about country. People can ask that about rock. People can ask that about jazz. You can't ask that about hip hop, because the origin of hip hop music is a DJ cutting up somebody else's music. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So there is no origin. Like Grandmaster Flash, he said it best. Hip hop didn't invent anything; it reinvented everything. Those are the words of Grandmaster Flash.
Wow.
You know, so musically, you know, that's all we did was rhyme over other people, the break part of other people's songs.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody young, that's what they want to do. Yo, that's hip hop to me. You know, do you? It's Mama Wildy Music Publishing, but do you? You know.
Studio, when you going in there, like, okay, I'm just trying to figure out how Kane got himself, because like before a game, I'm getting in a train of thought. Okay, I'm gonna play in these. They call this play and this down and distance. We get this defense. I need to be ready. Blah blah blah. What's going through when you go into the studio? What is Kane thinking?
Well, it depends on what I'm trying to do musically.
Okay,
because I'll sit and listen to a beat, come up with a concept, meaning what I want to talk about, and then I shut the beat off and go somewhere else with it. Like if it's something, I want to talk about something sad, I turn the beat off and throw some Otis Redding on or some David Ruffin and zone out. Like, you know, how can I, you know, interpret this in today's slang? Like what Otis is saying, what David Ruffin is saying. How can I, you know, say that in today's slang? I want to say something sexy, turn it off. Throw some Marvin Gaye on, throw some Isley Brothers on, you know? Yeah, it's smooth, you know?
Are you a writer? Because, you know, I listen to people say like Hove and Lil Wayne, and there are guys that don't write down anything. Hove, and they tell the great story, like Hove will hear a beat and he bobbing his head up in the corner, and then he'll go in there and he'll just lay his track. Are you a writer? Do you like
to write? Yeah. I love to think of myself as an artist. When I say artist, I don't mean musical artist. I mean artist.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm painting. So it's like I like to take my time and paint a portrait just right, even if I have to walk away from it for a couple of days and come back and finish then. I like to take my time so I can paint it just right. Because from that first line to the very last one, I want it all to make sense and connect.
Tied up.
Yeah.
Everything ties together. It has to have a meaning.
Yeah.
You've been in the studio with Teddy Riley, Patti LaBelle, Barry White, Cube, Hammer, Busta Rhymes, UGK, 3 6 Mafia, The Game. Like when you go in the studio, is there a different Kane? Is there a different mindset according to who you're going in studio with?
No.
Are you trying, let's just say, I'm one of the dope rappers. I'm one of the top 5 rappers out right now. And I say, Kane, I want to get you on this track.
Mm-hmm.
You coming in there, you trying to destroy me, or you trying to say, hey, the man invited me on the track, let me do my thing and get up out of here. You trying to not shine me?
It depends on, you know, how you address me. You know, if you ask me to do the song with you and spread love, then I want you to shine.
Okay.
I'm gonna do something to make my presence felt, but I'm not gonna overdo it. I want you to shine.
Okay.
If you like, all right, you know, Kane, I need you to be spitting hard. You know what I'm saying? Don't come up in here none of that sexy shit, man. I need you to. A word? Okay. Got you.
That's what you want?
Got you. No problem. Yeah. Now I'm gonna eat you up. Yeah.
But when we were talking about, to go back, when we talk about the lyricists, and you mentioned like some of the lyricists now, Kane, bro, it's like every other artist was a lyricist in your time. I mean, they were tremendous with words.
Yeah.
They did not play. I mean, you look at KRS-One, you look at Kool Mo D, you look at you like yourself, you look at Molly Mall. I mean, you got bro.
Back then, it was very, very, you know, important. And I feel like people that were getting an understanding of hip hop, that's what they were looking for.
Right.
You know, they were looking for lyrical MCs.
Right.
And then especially after like '86 when Rakim came out.
Yeah.
I think that like a lot of labels were really starting to look for lyrical MCs because
Prior to that, were they looking for that?
I think that during the Run DMC on up to the Salt and Pepper era, they were looking for people that could have party songs.
Okay.
You know,
Yep.
party songs, you know, songs that bang in the club and, you know, you could, you know, dance to. I think that they were looking more for that.
Right.
You know, but then '86, you know, you had Rakim, you had KRS-One, and I think they started really looking for more lyrical stuff.
Right.
And then '87, you had myself, Cool G Rap, you know, and that was just pretty much, you got to be like this to get a
Right.
deal.
But did you guys come from battling backgrounds? Is
Yeah.
that where the lyricists,
Yeah,
the true, because they have a little bit of it now, but not like then. Because you guys had like groups, and you guys would go and you guys would battle. You know, and I was doing research for this thing, Kane. Man, y'all beefed all the time. It wasn't everything was a beef. I'm like, here I am thinking like, man, these guys beefing out. No, y'all, Juice Crew and the Boogie Down production.
yeah.
I was like, damn.
Yeah, there was MC Shan and KRS-One, you know, they had, you know, the Juice Crew,
Right.
Boogie Down Productions, beef, MC Light and Antoinette,
Yeah.
LL Cool J and Kumo D.
Yep.
You know, it was.
So this thing, people look at it now and think, okay, and obviously the big one, Drake and Kendrick Lamar, but then, you know, people forgot, then like, okay, well, Biggie and Tupac had a thing going.
Yeah.
And then NWA, Ice Cube, when he left, he came out with No Vaseline.
Yeah.
And they were going back and forth.
Jay-Z and Nas.
Jay-Z and Nas. Even though LL and Kumo D, but he had one with Fab. When you go back and look, say like from 85 to like 90, bro, y'all stayed into it.
Yeah.
y'all stayed into it.
I mean, well, you got to keep in mind, we were all very, very competitive.
Yes.
Very, very competitive.
Yes.
You know, I mean, like, I've had Reverend Run,
Yes.
come to me in my dressing room and tell me how dope of an MC I am, how much he loved me. I go on stage, do my thing, rip it down. Run DMC come on after me, and Run be like, you know, so Kane came up here and did his thing, you know. Well, we had a lot of superstars in this house tonight, but I want you to know, this is my MF in the house. You know,
Like, whoa, bro.
You know, like, you know, I mean, this is stuff I've seen, you know, stuff where like Eric B is at my house on a Thursday night.
Right.
We sitting there laughing at our fathers. He brought his pops over and we sitting there laughing at our fathers trying to look at Luke Skywalker videos. And what I mean, Eric sitting there like, look at them, they dirty old asses, man.
Yeah.
We laughing. Friday night, we got a show together. Eric would walk right past me like, you don't know me. You know, because I mean, we were very competitive like that. You know what I'm saying?
It's time to lock in now.
Yeah, you know. But it was love. It was love. It wasn't no real beef.
Right.
It was like, I got to have it tonight.
Right.
That's all. I got to have it tonight.
You won the Grammy with Quincy Jones, who was the greatest producer of all time. What made Quincy so special?
Quincy, man. Like, Quincy is one hell of a producer. Quincy has an amazing vision.
That ear, man.
You know,
How
amazing.
you go Ray Charles to Frank Sinatra to Michael Jackson to...
Yeah. Nah, I mean, with me knowing this dude don't really know hip hop like that, I'm like, yeah, you made the dude, but you know, okay,
Right.
You know, but you know, I'm in the studio and he's like, what you know about Sarah Vaughan? Nothing. You know, what you know about Ella Fitzgerald? She be scatting. You know, he's asking. He had someone bring. I didn't even know this existed. Did you know that back in the 90s they had black encyclopedias?
No.
Neither did I. They brought like about 20, 30 books in, black encyclopedias, and we going through and looking up Sarah Vaughan, Dizzy Gillespie, Ella Fitzgerald. And as I'm looking, he's like, oh, me and Miles Davis, we used to call each other such and such. Ella, and he's telling me all these here stories. And he's like, that real fast thing, can you keep it going? Because like it reminds me of Ella Fitzgerald when she does her scatting, when you do that real fast rapping. And I think it'll really complement the track. Like this is Quincy talking to me. And I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever you want. And so, I mean, it's like he's giving me direction as a hip hop artist, how to rhyme on a jazz record. That's how bad he was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do we appreciate him properly?
Quincy?
Yeah.
I think that real music fans do. Real music fans know the importance of him. Know the impact that he's had, what he's done for people, like myself, I'll be sure Barry White, what he's done for Michael Jackson, what he's done for Ray Charles, Frank Sinatra, and so many others, so many soundtracks. I think that, people that really appreciate music,
And I mean, I think he did the thing for Sanford and Son. So many of these jingles for these sitcoms.
Yeah.
He wrote those.
Oh yeah. No, amazing.
Have you ever been starstruck? In your 37 years, I said 40. In your 37 years, have you ever been starstruck by someone? Maybe in the earlier days. I mean, now you Kane. Everybody know who what you're one of the greatest lyricists ever.
Yeah, I think the first time I met Barry White, it caught me off guard. I was like, oh, yeah. Barry White, yeah. Yeah, that one, really had caught me off guard. And that was at Quincy Jones' house.
Really?
Yeah, a cookout, yeah.
How do you determine who you're going to collab with? People come in, they call you like, okay, we want to ride, we want to jump on something with you, want you to jump on something with us. How do you determine? Have you ever said no? Would you say no?
No, I've said no. I've said no to a lot of people. Sometimes it's like I don't like the direction of the song.
Okay.
And there's been times where it's like I don't really see how I can sit in this.
Right.
And I mean that happens with stuff that I do. A track that I'm trying to do just by myself. I write something to it, then once I say it, it ain't sitting right. Nah, this ain't. So there's been situations like that.
Is it hard?
It's what hard?
Is it hard for you to turn somebody down?
Nah, because I mean in the end you want it to be right.
Right.
And even though in your mind you may think that it's gonna be right just because I'm on it, I'm telling you this ain't gonna be right.
This ain't it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You did a song with Tito Jackson. How does Kane do a song with Tito Jackson?
Well, that came through my management. My manager Saquon had told me about it. I was like, I'm grew up listening to Jackson 5. I'd love to. So then they sent the song, and I heard the singing, and I called my manager back, and I'm like, man, this ain't no goddamn Tito Jackson, man. They trying to get us. See if we can get Tito on the phone. And then he set up a call, and Tito got on the phone. He was like, hey, what's happening, baby? What's happening, man? Yeah. I thought, yeah, that's him. I was like, yeah, what you want?
Right, because if you didn't know, because the only really voice you ever heard was Michael's.
Well, now I've heard Tito sing.
Right.
And he has more of a blues feel. Oh. So like when I heard this, with the whole, it had that popish Justin Timberlake feel. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, this ain't no damn Tito Jackson.
Right.
This is somebody trying to use his name. This ain't Tito Jackson. But then when I talked to him on the phone, I'm like, nah, that's definitely Tito.
Right. You've culminated a lot of relationships in this business. ODB. How did you guys meet?
I had a show with Wu-Tang at Newark Symphony Hall in New Jersey.
Okay.
And that was my first time ever seeing them. So I stood up in the balcony and watched them. And then I told my road manager, yo, do me a favor. Get the old dirty bastard dude and get the girl with half her hair braided and bring them upstairs. I want to meet them. And then he brought them up. And because I couldn't really see because I was way, way up.
Right.
So when he brought them up, He was like, yo, yeah, yeah, but he's like, that's not a girl, that's a little kid. Dude named Shaheem. I'm like, oh, okay, my bad. And they came in, and I told them how dope they was, and from that moment, we clicked. And Old Dirty and Shaheem hung out with me that night.
Right.
We went to a party in Queens, and we hung out, and we was tight ever since then.
How soon can you tell somebody's really good?
You know, sometimes you can meet someone, and it just, it just feel that way, like off the cuff. You meet them, and it's like, like, I love this person energy. Sometimes you can meet someone, and you can't really figure them out. You have to really get to know each other, because it's like, you've seen them on TV. That image, that you created a perception.
And that's not a great representation. You need to see somebody in their natural element to get a real sense or a true feel of who and what they really are.
Yeah.
So you figure hey, let's go break bread. You come to my house, I come to your house. We get into the studio, and to get a sense of who you are as an individual.
Yeah, like I've done that with a lot of people, because sometimes people trying to read me. So, it's like, let me talk, let me vibe with you first. Let's see where we at,
right?
And, I think that's important. I mean, I felt like Quincy Jones did that when we worked together. I felt like he did that when we worked together. Because it was like me, Melle Mel, Kumo D, and Ice-T. We all in the studio. And then he like, what you doing tomorrow? Can you come by? I'm like, yeah, I'll come by. And we just talking. We just sitting there talking. Then we went in, and he was doing something to the Secret Gardens track.
Yeah, James Ingram and DeBarge.
Yeah. But it was just I didn't hear nobody vocals. It was just the beat playing.
Okay.
He was messing with some EQs or something to that. And then we talking about this and that. And like, he was feeling me out. And then that's when he asked me, what do I know about, Sarah Vaughan, next thing you know, here's all these black encyclopedias, and we chopping it up.
Right. You mentioned something earlier about Bobby Brown did you a solid. And there was really, at that point in time, there were not a whole lot of mixing. I mean, he was an R&B, and he brought a rap artist on and gave you 5, 10, 15 minutes to do your thing.
Yeah, like 10 minutes, yeah.
Did you realize how impactful that was and how that was going to change your life?
Yeah, I mean, I dreamed of playing the Garden, and it was like, if I never get to,
I did it that one time.
Yeah, yeah, and Bobby was my boy. Like that was my dude. Like I never forget back in, I want to say, maybe early 2000s. I was hanging out in St. Louis with Bobby Womack.
Okay.
And he was telling me these stories about what him and Wilson Pickett used to do. And I'm taking it in, absorbing it, and I'm laughing. But the whole time I'm listening to the stories, saying to myself, he's sitting here describing me and Bobby.
Right.
Like everything he's saying is the crazy shit me and Bobby done did together. I'm like, wow, this is amazing, man.
Right. Another lyricist was Slick Rick, but you all didn't always have the best relationship. How does beef develop between artists? If we were to take women out of the equation, because we know women can, he was dating her and blah, blah, whatever the case may be. But how do beefs develop between artists?
Sometimes beef can develop, over, status, ranking.
I'm better than you, you better than me, so forth. So
yeah. Sometimes it can, it can be because of that,
My claim, look, if you got something that I want and I need to get it, I need to get at you then.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that? Like, okay, he on top of the mountain, so let me go at him, and then even if I don't get him, at least I'll get his audience's ear, and now they know about me. Because I tell people that all the time. A lot of time in this industry, in the podcasting industry, sometimes when you're higher up, people that are a little lower on the podcast as far as subscription, views, whatever the case may be, they might take a shot at you. Just so if you respond, your listener's ear, now they got it.
Yeah, no, that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people do that. I mean, me, it was never that type of situation.
Okay.
You know.
So you didn't have no beef with Slick?
Me and Slick, we had an issue during the LL tour, but we resolved it. You know.
Right.
Yeah, we resolved it.
Y'all was on tour together?
It was the LL Nitro tour.
How the hell that's going? Y'all got to get along because y'all gonna be on that thing every night.
Exactly. So, like I said, we resolved it. We resolved it and continued to finish the tour and make money, man.
Cohen, I mean, he was a big prominent. During that time, he was. I'm trying to think who's the equivalent of him now in today's industry. Lauren.
Who?
Lauren Cohen.
Leo Cohen.
Yeah. Who is the equivalent of him right now?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because in the 80s and 90s, that's the only name that you really heard.
Maybe the Steve Stout cat, but you know, I think that he moved more quietly.
Yes. You had a Mike Tyson story. You and Mike was cool.
Oh yeah. I love Mike, man.
Because how long have you known Mike?
I knew Mike, since the late '80s when I came out. We met. We just bonded and we was cool. So it was like anytime we see each other, we pretty much hanging the rest of the night.
Right.
You know.
Mike tell the story that you good with these things though, Kane. That what Mike said.
I mean, I'm 56 years old, man. I ain't fighting nobody.
Nah, he ain't talking about now. He talking about back then.
I mean,
people tried the young Kane.
People try everybody, Shannon.
They do.
People try everybody.
I try to stay out their way, Kane.
Yeah. That's the best thing to do. Yeah, man.
Yeah, because you done move somewhere nice and quiet. Ain't no rumblings. I mean, you hear the birds chirping, the crickets, and the wind rustling. That's all you hear now.
Yeah. I mean, but in all actuality, it's like I don't think that even when I was younger, that's what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, I'm from the hood, and through my career, you never really heard me glorifying it or talking much about it.
Right.
I talk about the come up, so it was type of thing where I wanted a better life.
Right.
And when I became successful, I went back to the hood, grabbed cats from off of Lewis Avenue, from where I live, grabbed cats from, Brookline Projects, Brevoort Projects, LG Projects, took them on the road with me. Not to show off, but so they can see what I'm doing to be inspired.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I want to try to help them try to figure out a way to get out the hood. What you thinking about, what you feeling, what you want to do.
But sometimes when you do that, Kane, people be thinking you be trying to help somebody, and people think you trying to show out, you trying to shine on them.
That's the motherfucker that you left on the block. That's who say that. You know what I mean? The one that you took, he get it.
He appreciate it.
Yeah.
What do you think the dopest song you ever wrote?
I would say the dopest rhyme I ever wrote was on a song called Mortal Kombat, where I said, none of are in front of, because every one of my adversaries lack your little son of obituary columns of read your name. If you ever try to step to the big deck, I think that was my dopest line.
Right.
My dopest song, I believe, was a song on, forget the album, I think it might have been Taste of Chocolate, called Mr. Pitiful, because it was heartfelt.
Right.
It was me talking about personal stuff that I was going through at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not used to doing that. I'm not comfortable doing that. So I think that's the dopest song I ever wrote. But my most motivational song is from my first album, Set It Off.
Right.
I normally perform it first or second in my stage show because, it could be nights where, ankle hurting. I have arthritis in my back. My back, messed up. As soon as I hear that, all the pain go away. I'm 20 years old again. I'm 19 years old again. Everything is back to normal.
Right.
That song just motivates me. Yeah,
Do you still write today?
absolutely.
You writing for you or you writing for someone else?
For me mainly. Yeah.
You looking to put something? You looking to put something out? You gonna do? Or you just like?
Yeah. I let LL Cool J and Q-Tip convince me to do new music. So
Yeah, L said he gonna, excuse me, I had LL on about a year ago. LL said he gonna be on the stage like Mick Jagger. L said he gonna be out there like 70, 80.
I mean, I think he can do it. You know, that title, the GOAT. I think he deserves it and he wears it well. You know, because I mean, I don't see nobody else that can actually say that, you know, they've charted for what is it, like 4 different decades?
80s, 90s, 2000. He in 5 decades now.
Five, yeah. Charted for 5 decades. You know, nobody else in hip hop can say that. His longevity is like, yeah,
Is he as appreciated? Is he as respected as he needs to be? Because LL brought the women, because he was the first one to start rapping about women when I'm alone in my room.
I think that true hip hop fans understand and respect L. It's just that he's become such a big movie star.
Outside of music.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Hove. Hove got his start in music, but Hove ain't really doing anything. He's a mogul. He's doing...
Yeah, but I think they still respect Jay-Z as a lyricist, as an MC. You know what I'm saying? It's like...
Because he's recent.
Because it's like everything that he does outside of music is business.
Yes.
L, Queen Latifah, what they do is film, Hollywood.
Yes.
So they're seen more as movie stars than MCs.
Yes.
But, you know, you can sleep if you want to.
Yeah.
LL Cool J and Queen Latifah will drop a hot 16 on you and murder the mic any given night.
Latifah definitely don't get what she deserves.
Yeah.
Because when they start talking about women in rap and they go to all these, and that's not to minimize anybody's name that they mention, but y'all forget about the queen.
Yeah. And it's like you can't do that because she did so much for the culture.
Yes.
And for female MCs.
Right.
She broke down so many doors.
Your song Raw, did you take, because Eddie Murphy had a tour, Raw. Is that where you got the title from, or you just did that on your...
Nah, just on my own. Just on my own. You know. You know, it was just really just slang.
Right.
You know, like oh nah, this gonna be raw.
Right.
We gonna write, no, this gonna be something raw. Because it was, when we did that song, it was like I had been fiending for months to put a song out by myself.
Okay.
My very first song was me and Biz, called Just Rhyming with Biz. And it was getting airplay. The problem was no one was booking me for shows because all the promoters thought it was a new Biz song.
Right.
So even though I have a song out and it's playing on the radio, I'm not making no money. I'm sitting at home broke. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like we had to walk to the corner bodega and steal canned shrimp and Mrs. Paul's fish sticks for dinner while my song is playing on the radio. You know, we stealing food to eat for the night. So I'm going to the person that owned the label, Fly Ty Williams, like, yo, can I please put something out with just me? And he's like, yo, we still got life in this song. We need to let it.
Yeah, but I ain't got no food in my stomach.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
No money in my pocket.
Yeah. Then finally, I guess he got tired of me ass, and then he was like, yeah, go ahead and record something. We'll see. That's why the very first thing I say on the song is "Here I Am," R-A-W, because I felt like, okay, finally, I get to be me. I get to do me.
When you get that opportunity, you know you got to come with it, Kane. You know you got to murder this. Because this is your opportunity, because like you said, you got a song on there, but they think it's an ODB song and not you. And so now this is your opportunity. And like M said, hey, if you had one chance, one opportunity, would you capture it? Did you know this was my opportunity and I got to do this?
With Raw, absolutely. Like I said, I was home broke with a song playing on the radio. So I knew that, okay, this is it.
Right.
This is it. This is do or die. You know?
Was that common, Kane? To have guys had songs on the radio and they still ain't really got no money in their pocket?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
How's that possible?
Well, I mean, I want to say that my first show I ever did was probably for $750.
$750?
$750. I think my very first performance was for $750.
Did you have to pay to get to the show?
I don't remember. No, we probably used the limo. Yeah, we probably used the limo, and I had to pay the limo driver. Yeah, so yeah.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
So you guys, I think the thing is, because a lot of people do this. You look at the athletes back in the 40s and the 50s, 60s, 70s, and they're like, damn, they made good money by standard. But now they look at the athletes in today's time, and they see guys got 60 million, 70 million, $80 million contracts. They making 30, 40, 50 million off. You looking at, right, like, man, I did my first show, $750, and you see Kendrick making $13, $14 million a show.
Yeah.
Like, damn. I used to tell my mom, I said, Mom, you couldn't wait 10 years? That's all you had to do. You wait 10 years. You and Dad wait 10 years, and your boy in the money.
You know, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, man. It's like, had it happened that way, financially, I would probably be so much more better. But would the legacy be the same? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Would the legacy be the same? Like, I believe that the Big Daddy Kane legacy will be here when I'm long gone, you know?
Yep. And what you rapped about then versus what they rap about now. I think what you rapped about then has staying power because it wasn't girls or getting the bed or what X, Y, and Z.
Well, I rapped a little about the girl.
But I'm thinking, Kane, I'm like, well, damn. How did you come up with the name Big Daddy Kane? Where did that come from?
Well, it was really just MC Kane.
Okay.
Like, it was just MC Kane. And I used the name Kane from the
Kung Fu?
Yeah, David Carradine, Kung Fu. So, you know, we outside, you know, we playing tag or Coco Levy or red light, green light, you know. 3 o'clock on Saturday, I'm gone.
Right.
Game over. I got to go watch, you know, Kung Fu theater.
Right.
I'm out. So they'd be like, all right, we just lost Bruce Lee. All right, we just lost Young Grasshopper. We just lost Kane. So when I decided to change my rap name, I was like, yeah, I like Kane better than Young Grasshopper.
Right.
You know, so I just MC Kane. But I would use the term Big Daddy a lot in the rhyme.
Right.
And Biz was the one that told me, nah, you need to just put that all together.
Put that together and be
Yeah.
Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah.
Not MC Kane.
Yeah.
Because there were a lot of MCs back then too, though.
Oh, yeah.
So and now Big Daddy Kane stands apart.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's like, it's funny to me because like to see that a name like that could actually have stay power. Because there's very few names that really have that.
Right.
Big Daddy Kane, Dougie Fresh,
Right.
you know, Scarface, you know, because like there's some names like if your rap name would have been Shannon D, you know what I'm saying?
That thing ain't nobody any.
It's like certain names.
Ain't nobody go remember that.
Yeah, you know, it's certain names that, you know, didn't have that stay power, you know, so I mean, that's definitely a blessing that, you know, it don't sound corny today.
You riding around in your car today, who you listening to?
Same person I always been listening to,
Okay.
Willie Hutch or David Ruffin.
Oh, so you don't listen to rap, you listen to old school.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as the new artists, when I do listen, I listen to new artists mainly in the house.
Right.
Lady London, Conway the Machine. Those are probably the main two new artists. I love the new Tyler the Creator. My son turned me on to it. Tyler new album is fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you listen, I give you an example. When I watch a football game or I'm watching a sporting event, I'm critiquing, I'm analyzing, okay, man, they're in this coverage, or they're in this formation, it's this down in distance, this area of the field. This is what I think they should be doing. This is what I think the defense should be doing. When you listen to a new artist, when you listen to rap, are you dissecting it like that or you just enjoy it?
I've always done that. I've always done that. And not only have I always done that, sometimes I linger around the artists, hoping, you know, that they ask me for my point of view. You know, like I hear something that where I could have took it to the next level, you know, while everybody else zoning out, like, yeah, that's fire, that's fire. I'll be up close to the artist, like this here, like just waiting, you know, just patiently waiting, like, you know,
Just ask me, just
ask me. You know, because I mean, you know, I want to see everybody shine, man. I want to see everybody shine, man.
If you could jump on the track with somebody today, give me 4 or 5 artists you'd like to jump on the track with today.
Right now, today, J. Cole, of course. J. Cole, Lady London, CeeLo Green, Anthony Hamilton.
I'd never put you and Anthony Hamilton and CeeLo together. I'd have thought you'd have like, you know, okay, obviously J. Cole because you say he's your favorite today because he's a lyricist. I would have thought you to say maybe somebody like a Wayne or you know, whoever, you know. I would have never put you with CeeLo and Anthony Hamilton.
CeeLo a slick talker, man.
He is.
He a slick talker, man.
Yeah, the dungeon. Yeah,
yeah. He is a slick talker. You know, what you want to do? You want me to run through with my gun, Drew? This nigga done did something that he can't undo, and anybody that's with him, they deserve one too. like, yeah. I love CeeLo, man.
But people don't realize, but he has a tremendous voice also.
Yeah. And Anthony Hamilton, you know, it's like I love soul music.
Yes.
And we don't have too many, you know, soul singers left.
No.
You know, I mean, we have, you know, we still got Al Green, the OJs, Ronald Isley, but I mean, like from the younger, well, I mean, from our generation, you know, Anthony Hamilton, Casey Haley, Dave Hollister, Fantasia, Jennifer Hudson.
Right.
You know, there's, you know, not too many soul singers, you know, left.
It's a different time, and I don't know if it's ever going to be like what it once was with the soul singers. When you mentioned you had Barry White, and you had Marvin Gaye, and you had Hathaway, and you had Freddie Jackson, and you had Teddy Pendergrass, and you had Marvin Gaye, and you had this one. You had 10, 15, 20.
Oh, yeah.
And you had 10, 15, 20 women.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Because, and a lot of times I've asked artists that I've been fortunate enough to sit down and is hip hop dead? Is R&B dead? Maybe in that format? Maybe as we saw it when we were growing up, Kane?
I think that it doesn't have a strong presence in mainstream.
Okay.
But it's still there. It's still there. Because you got to think. Even when we had artists like the OJs, Isley Brothers, Teddy Pendergrass, Patti LaBelle, in mainstream.
Stephanie Mills, and
we had all them in mainstream.
Yes.
We still was able to find artists like Lenny Williams.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We still was able to, you know, find artists like, Sam and Dave. Like there was artists that wasn't, you know, like in the mainstream like that, you know, but soulful artists.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That we had to search for.
Right.
You know, and that's what it is today. You just have to search for them. You know, only thing is just that there's not any in the mainstream like there was then.
Are we ever going to get another Sam Cooke? Are we ever going to get another Marvin Gaye? Are we going to ever get another, you know, Barry White? Are we ever going to get another
I hope
Aretha?
I hope not.
Whitney?
I hope not.
Damn, come on, Kane. Don't you?
No. I want them to be in the class by themselves. I don't want another Sam Cooke. I want to hear someone that might remind me of Sam Cooke, but got their own lane.
Right.
Got their own style.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want nobody trying to replace Sam Cooke legacy or Marvin Gaye legacy. You know, I mean, like I like October London.
Okay.
You know what he does in the Marvin flavor, but you know he got his own thing.
Got his own thing.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I mean,
let me ask, J. Cole. There was this, I guess it started out as and Kendrick said they talking about the big three is just Big Me, and Cole started on this journey like, nah, I'm off. And I've talked to a lot of people that said, look, If somebody called you out, you got to jump off the porch. I know Kane would have jumped off the porch.
You goddamn right. I'm gonna tell you something. I remember talking to Papoose about it, and then Cole pulled the song back and said that he not there, and I was mad.
Really?
I was mad. I'm like, no, come on, brother.
Man called you out, you got to come back.
Yeah, I was mad. But then, as I watched the Drake and Kendrick battle unfold, I had so much respect for Cole's decision. I respected his decision so much more. Because it was like, I don't feel like the fans were enjoying the battle. I think the fans were taking too much time trying to fact check what they're saying.
Right.
You know, it's like, it's a battle.
Right. So whether it's true or not, at this
well, I
point,
mean, if you dissing someone,
yeah,
it's a 50 to 75% chance that you're gonna lie about some shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when LL went at Hammer,
yeah,
my old gym teacher ain't supposed to rap. When was Hammer ever LL's gym teacher? You know it ain't true, but the line was funny as hell.
Yeah, exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I mean, it's like, you know, just enjoy the battle. And I just feel like I don't think the fans would have really appreciated it. I don't think that it would have had the impact that the Jay-Z and Nas battle had. That the
Tupac, Biggie,
Shan and KRS. No, I don't think it would have had the type of impact. You know, yeah,
right. You were up close and personal with the rap beefs because and my 1987, we had an intramural basketball team, and the name of our team was the Juice Crew All Stars, featuring Oh My Goodness.
Wow. I wish Mr. Magic was alive to hear that, man.
Man, and I would try to find that shirt because that was the name of Juice Crew All Stars, and when I go back and look, bro, y'all were loaded.
Yeah.
Y'all, Kool G Rap, DJ Polo, yourself,
Biz Markie,
MC
Shan,
yes,
Glamorous, Debbie D, Master Ace, Craig G, Tragedy,
How did all y'all come together?
I would
because that's kind of where you got your start, right?
I would credit that to Fly Tie and Marley Marl.
Okay.
You know.
Did you realize that you were a part of something special then?
Absolutely.
You did. You knew it.
Well, I mean, Mr. Magic was the official voice of hip hop radio.
Okay.
You know, like he's the person that broke hip hop records, and I'm part of his crew.
Right.
So I don't have to wait outside BLS. It's like, you know, this is a new joint. I'm part of the crew.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So I knew I was part of something special.
Lyricists. You mentioned 1986, Rakim, thinking of a master plan, but ain't nothing but Side My Hand. So that song, that took rap to another level because at that point in time, nobody had ever really sounded like him. I mean, he was very methodical. You could hear every word he said, you could hear it. Mm-hmm. It wasn't this now, Kane, I don't know what
I think that what Rakim did was brought lyricism back into the game. Because, you know, it's like, it was, to me, the most important MC ever is Melle Mel.
Okay.
You know, because I feel like, you know, cats in the 70s was basically trying to either sound like DJ Hollywood, Eddie Chiba, or Lovebug Starsky.
Okay.
And Melle Mel is the one that presented lyricism. He started lyricism in the game.
Was it the message?
No.
Long before that.
Yeah. And it was like, you know, when he did that, I think it made people start really paying more attention to the MC. Because back then, it was really all about the DJ. Flash, Afrika Bambaataa, Kool Herc, you know, Breakout. It was about the DJ, you know. I think Melle Mel gave the MC an identity because he put lyricism in it, you know. So it's like he created something that gave us an identity. But then as we started making records in '79 and stuff, you know, the records had more of a party feel. So the focus wasn't really on the lyricism. And then like when Rakim come in '86, he brought it back to that.
Yes.
You know.
But he felt that you rapped about a song, and he's I see leaders and I laugh, and he thought you was taking a shot at him.
Say what?
Yeah, I was. He thought you were subliminally dissing him in a song by saying, "I see leaders and I laugh."
Nah. What happened was he what was the line he had? Word to Daddy.
It was a diss song.
No. He had I think it's Follow Leader. He had a song called Follow Leader, and he said word to Daddy. Right. Indeed. I took it as a diss. You know? So I did write, you know, a line. But what happened was one night, because you gotta understand, Eric B. Brother was my road manager.
Right. Okay.
So like me and Eric, you know, was solid, you know? So this girl got in the car one night and she gave me a photo. And the photo said, "Dear Kane, I want to set it off and get R.A.W. Ain't no half stepping because I'm going to break your wrath in half." So when I saw it, because at the same time you talk about that, they were saying that Rakim had a song called Break the Wrath in Half, just in me.
Oh, okay.
So I gave the picture to Eric Brother. And he's like, "Yo, what you mean by break the wrath in half?" And she like, "Oh yeah, Eric got this here song. I mean, Eric and Rakim got this song called Break the Wrath in Half, trying to diss you. I heard it." And he's like, "We heard it?" He said, "Yeah, he played it for me on Jamaica Avenue." And I'm sitting there crying, laughing. I'm crying, laughing. Like, and every time I'm looking at Eric Brother Ant, you know, we just start laughing.
Right.
So finally the girl, she looks at Ant, she's like, "Yo, why he keep looking at you and laughing?" Saying, "Well, what you work with Eric or something?" And Ant was like, "No, I live with him, bitch. That's my brother."
Wow.
And she said, "Well, you know how niggas talk." So Ant was like, "Yo, it's going too far.
Right.
Y'all need to talk."
Right.
"Would you talk to him?" I'm like, "I don't care." So he called Rakim, put him on the phone. And but Rakim, see, you telling me new stuff. He never mentioned that line. When we talked on the phone, he asked me about saying, when I said rap soloist, you don't want none of this, or set it off. And I was like, no. I'm saying that I'm a rap soloist. Competition don't want none of this.
Right.
Because he had a song where he said, "And you know that I'm the soloist."
Right.
So I was clamming it up. Like, nah. I said, I'm the rap soloist. Competition don't want none of this. Anybody that rhyme alone is a rap soloist.
Right.
And he was like, "Oh, okay."
And I'm not talking about anybody in particular.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm rap told. No, well, when I'm saying competition,
right,
whoever can get it.
Right.
You know, but I'm saying, but
that's what I'm saying. But you were saying, I'm not specifically talking about you, Rakim.
No, I was talking about me.
Right.
I was calling myself a rap soloist.
Right.
Not saying that you a rap soloist. You don't want none of this. So he's like, "Oh, okay." And I'm like, "Well, what about this word to Daddy indeed?" Like that sound, I mean, I'm Big Daddy Kane.
That sound like you coming from.
And he was like, "Nah, you know, other cats say, you know, word to mommy in Long Island. We say word to daddy. That's like, you know, just that's our slang." I'm like, "Oh, okay, my bad." And that was that. That was the end of it. That was the end of it. Ever since then, we've been cool.
Why can't guys do that today?
I don't know.
You see how you just got to, pick up the phone? Because everybody know everybody. If I don't know you personally, I know your manager. I know somebody close to you. And then I can pick up the phone and say, "Man, look here, man, this is foolish. This is ridiculous. Man, let's talk this thing on. Hey, bro, check this out, man."
Well, that was a fortunate situation because, like I said, you know, me and Eric was cool.
Right.
And his brother was my road manager. So his brother, you know, orchestrated it where, like, you know, let me get him
that
on the phone.
That thing could have went a lot of different ways had that not been the case, though, Kane. Because you probably would have responded.
Well, yeah, I did. I mean, yeah, I had the line, but, you know, once we talked, I took it out, and he told me that he had some stuff that, you know, he took out. So, you know, we was good.
Right. This is mixed, probably 50-50. Beefs, diss, are they good or are they bad for rap?
I think that they're bad For careers, I think they're good for MCs. I mean, I'm a battle rapper, so I love,
You love that one-on-one. You love the back and forth.
Yeah, because it keep you on your toes.
Right.
Oh, he said what? Oh, man. It keep as an MC,
Right.
it keep you on your toes.
Right.
Career-wise, it can be career-ending, and it can cause someone's death, or someone seriously getting hurt because the fans can take it too far.
It's not the individual, it's the people around the individual.
Sure, you're right.
And now, if we just gonna keep this thing on wax, I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
Long as it don't bleed into reality.
Yeah.
That's the problem that you have. Because we saw Jay-Z and Nas battle it, and now they're cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if Biggie and Pac would have been cool.
I doubt that.
I doubt that. Because sometimes you have a line, you go too far. You talk about that man Wide.
I'm not going to get into that, but yeah, I doubt they can resolve that.
Let me ask you this. Can Drake and Kendrick come back?
I think so. I mean, I know some crazy things there were some crazy allegations, but
on both sides.
Yeah, but I mean, if none were proven, then I think you can get past it.
Move past it.
Yeah.
How'd you meet Hov?
There were these guys in Queens called the Shirt Kings. And one of them, they made spray paint shirts. And one of them asked me about doing a mixtape with Jaz-O. And I was like, all right, yeah, we do it. So we went to Brooklyn to my man Fresh Gordon crib. We supposed to be doing this mixtape. And then Jaz-O was like, yo, can my man rhyme on the tape too? And that was Jay-Z. So we did.
How old was he at this time?
I don't know how old he was. I mean, because I think Jay is like a year and a half younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't know. Could have been 20, 19. I don't know. But he asked, could his man rhyme on the tape? And I was like, yeah. So we did the tape. And then when we was riding back to my crib, my man Nike from the Shirt Kings, he's like, yo, we really wanted you to do this because we want you to help, to get Jazz another deal. And, I was like, honestly, I kind of like the light-skinned dude better. Is it okay if I work with him? And that's how, we connected.
Right.
And we started, working on stuff. We was working on music, and, I was shopping his music, to different labels and things of that nature. And then I ended up doing the Feels Like Another One with Patti LaBelle.
Right.
And while we were on tour, I'm noticing that Patti is doing outfit changes. So I'm fascinated, and I'm like, oh, nobody in hip hop doing this. Oh, I can't wait to get back out on the road. So when I finished the tour with Patti and went back out on my tour, I grabbed Jay-Z and another rapper by the name of Positive K. He had a big song called
K.
Yeah, I Got a Man. Yeah. So I grabbed both of them and brought them on the road.
What your man got to do with me?
So you right. Yeah. I brought them both on the road with me, and I would let them come out and perform in the middle of my show while I do outfit changes.
Okay.
So him and Jay-Z would be on stage rapping. Yeah.
Did you know when you heard this 19, 20, 21-year-old Hov rapping, did you ever think he'd become this?
No. I mean, it's crazy. Because, see, there's one thing about Jay that I didn't really understand until much later. Because Paz would be in the room or in the studio and very much involved. Sauce Money would be in the room or in the studio, very much involved. Jay would always be quiet.
Yes. That's the story everybody tells.
So it was the type of thing where I'm like, you gotta, you make your presence felt. You gotta. So I didn't see it. But what I didn't understand was that Jay was being quiet for a reason. Jay studies everything. Like years later, I started thinking about all types of stuff. Numerous nights where he would point out something I did on stage, mention it. Oh yeah, you real funny dude the way you did such and such. He noticed everything. So he was sitting there studying, and I think that attribute, to his greatness.
writing, it's funny that, you know, you said that real MCs write their own verse, but some of the great songs that's been recorded by an MC, oh, I guess they can't call him an MC if you don't write, has been written by someone else.
Yeah, there's a lot of, you know, great songs that were written by other people. But I mean, that's normal in the music industry. You know
Now, not when you were coming up. Did you guys
well, I mean, I wrote most of Biz Markie first album.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I've written for other people. You know, there were artists, you know, that wrote big songs for other people.
Right.
But it was, you know, really ghostwriting, real ghostwriting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not really a ghostwriter if you wrote a song for somebody and tell you.
You tell them about it.
Yeah,
that I wrote that. Bro, that's not a ghost. A ghost is supposed to be something that you can't see. You telling me.
Yeah, so it happened back then, but I mean, now it's standard practice.
Why do you think Jay got turned down by so many labels?
You know what? If I sat and told you some of the stuff that people said to me when I played their demo, you know,
what did they say?
I mean, I'm not gonna go into, because I don't want nobody running with it. You know what I'm saying? Turning into nothing negative, man. But I mean, the stuff that people said. But I'm gonna say this, Shannon. I'm gonna say this. I'm glad they turned him down, for the simple fact that at that point in time, that's when Jay-Z was doing that real fast rapping stuff.
Yeah.
That was a fad in hip hop, and it didn't last long. You know what I'm saying? So had he came out doing that, he may have been successful for a year or two.
Right.
And then he would have faded out with that style. He came out the right time, talking about the right stuff, doing the right thing, and he ended up having amazing stay power.
Right.
So I'm glad I couldn't get him a deal. I think that what he did years later with Dame Dash and Irv Gotti and whoever else, that's what was supposed to happen, and I'm so happy for him to see him be successful.
Nas, you have a lot of respect for Nas, and he's another a great lyricist that explains things and can talk. What's your favorite Nas story?
My favorite Nas story would be probably when we first met. We was at Unique Studio, and I told him how much I love Illmatic. And he asked me, well, what do you think is wrong with it? I'm like, nothing. I'm like, you know how people be saying this is a 5-mic album? A lot of times, nah, it might be a 4-mic, might be a 4.5 mic, but you got a 5-mic album. The album is amazing. I don't think anything is wrong with it. Mm-hmm. But he wouldn't let it go. Wow. He would not let it go. He just kept, but I'm saying, like, well, what do you think I should have did, you know, different? I'm like, I don't think you should have did anything different. I think it's, but what would you have done different? I'm like, I mean, me, I would have probably had one song on there for the ladies, at least.
Right.
But you not me.
Right.
You did what you're supposed to do. And it's amazing, you know? But I mean, it was like, yo, won't just let it go and be great, man. Leave it alone, man. This album is amazing.
Right.
There's nothing you should have did different.
I think the fact that he had so much respect for you, and to hear you say that, and it's like, let me just make sure he ain't just saying that because I'm standing here in front of him. Let me try it a different way. Okay, the album was good. You say it's 5 mics.
No, I didn't say it was good. I said it was great.
Yeah, 5 mics. But if you would have done it, okay, you would have did. Oh, so you saying my next album I should have one song for the ladies?
He had Eric B call me. I think maybe a year or two later, he had Eric B call me. I was at a car dealership, and he had Eric B call me, and he's like, "Yo, Nas want to holler at you." He puts him on. He's like, "Yo, I did one for the you heard the Owe Me Back? I did one for the ladies." Like, I'm excited about it. But I mean, it was like, you know, yo, Illmatic is a masterpiece.
Yes.
You know, that's like one of my favorite hip hop albums of all time.
This is just not in the rap industry. This is in almost every industry. Do you feel this younger generation gives the older generation the respect like Nas and Jay-Z, like they respect you and you respect the others. Do you feel this younger rap generation gives the adequate respect to the older generation?
Nah, not at all. But I mean, I don't blame them. It's what they're taught.
Mm-hmm.
Like the word irrelevant carries a lot of weight in the music industry today. It's a word that's thrown around on social media a whole lot. So it's been, instilled in the younger generation head. So I don't blame the young kids. I just think that we have to figure out a way to bridge the gap, because I would love to see, even if it's not my generation, even if it's the Eminem, Kanye generation, artists from that era, talking with these young cats, giving them game. Don't do this. Don't do that. Watch out for that. Don't sign something that says, I would love to see that, to try to help them, but no. The respect is not there, because it's like, it's things that's instilled in the younger generation mind.
What's Kane's responsibility to this younger generation?
My responsibility is to try to educate them. I have a docuseries called Paragraphs I Manifest. It's talking about the importance of lyricism in hip hop. And the reason why I really wanted to do this is so the younger generation can see how important lyrics are. To see how when you focus on the lyrics, your song can have stay power and touch someone's heart. Your song can last for years upon years because of the way this person felt about what you said. And it's called Paragraphs I Manifest. It features J. Cole, Snoop Dogg, Jay-Z, MC Lyte, Lady London, Eminem, Common, several,
Travis Scott recently went viral. He said, "I swear the O ends kill me. Know my Y ends feel me," talking about Pusha T. What are your thoughts on that line? Because and I hate it. I've never had a problem, Kane, because I understand where I am today. There had to be people before me that stand in these very shoes that wasn't as prosperous, that didn't get the attention, that didn't get the notoriety, that didn't make the money that I make. And so it's my job to pay homage for those that happen to be born at a time in which the money wasn't what it is. So I never had problem giving people credit. Never. I think these young guys, for whatever reasons, and you that irrelevant. But the question is, 40 years from now, will you still be relevant? Because at one point in time, I stood in your shoes. And I don't think people realize that. I got a T-shirt that says, "I'm the age that I used to think was old."
Can I remix your statement?
Go ahead.
10 years from now,
Yeah.
will you still be relevant?
10, wow. We don't need 40, we need a decade.
Yeah. Because the lifespan today of an artist is usually about 8 months.
Wow. So I guess you better get everything you can in those 8 months, because you're not promised another 8 months.
Exactly.
Wow. Another young rapper that's always giving you respect is Eminem. He's an anomaly. He's to rap what Tiger Woods was to golf. He came in and his wordplay, his cadence, all that. But he's one of these guys that's never had a problem showing the older generation respect.
Eminem is a student of the game. He is an amazing student of the game. Without trying to tell too much, in my documentary, he pointed out something that I did that I never paid attention to.
Wow.
Like after the interview, I went back and started listening to artists, before me, to see if someone else did this, because he was pointing out that I'm the first person he ever heard do this. And I'm like, it had to have been someone before me. Like he's a student of the game that way.
He's that deep in it.
Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you, man, M is an amazing artist, super talented, super lyrical. But I think the thing I think is so dope about Eminem is like you know, when hip hop began, you know, we talking about a New York thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All of a sudden, you got NWA talking about straight out of Compton.
Yeah. Now it's on the West Coast.
You hearing about a West Coast hood. You know what I'm saying? That ain't our hood. We know we don't do that in New York. But you hearing about, you know, the low riders and all this, but you're learning about the hood in the West Coast.
Correct.
Got the ghetto boys, you know, talking about, you know, the wards and whatnot, you know, and like now you hearing about, you know, the hood in Texas. You know?
Yep.
ATL, they talking about, you know, I mean, Lil Wayne, Master P, talking about New Orleans. You know, it's like you hearing about these hoods in all these different regions, right? Eminem talked about his hood.
Talked about 8 Mile.
But he not talking about, you know, the projects in Detroit. He talking about trailer park stuff. He talking about white hood shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I thought that was just so dope. You know what I'm saying? Because this is white ghetto stuff. You know what I'm saying? That we're learning about now. I'm like, yo, this is so dope, and I respect him for that because he wasn't trying to pretend to be something he wasn't. He talked about his hood.
Good.
You know what I'm saying?
Where he grew up at, his life experiences.
Yeah. So I mean, I have a lot of respect for M, man.
What did M get right that Vanilla Ice got wrong?
I think that last part I said. but I mean, hey man, you know, Vanilla Ice, you know,
For that song, man, hey.
Yeah, he became very successful. He had a mega hit. I mean, this dude had a movie. He had one hit and they dude had a movie. I mean, so he did his thing, man. So salute to Vanilla Ice, man.
Hip hop. Is hip hop dying?
Is hip hop dying? I don't think that hip hop is dying. Because what you gotta understand is that when hip hop first started, it was nothing but block parties. Wasn't on wax.
Yes.
It was just block parties. So looking at what's going on right now, when they have those type of hip hop festivals or intimate hip hop events, you know, you're hearing that classic material, you know, that defines what hip hop is really about.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe I don't think it's dying. Maybe it's going back to where it's supposed to be.
Right.
You know?
What is the substance? Because you talked about like how M spoke about things that he experienced. He wasn't trying to be somebody else.
Yeah.
He talked about the trailer parks. That's where he grew up. That's what he knew. That's what he experienced. He talked about his mother's situation. He talked about things that were there. It seems like now the substance is that the hot thing is let's talk about this even though I haven't experienced it.
Oh, you say even though I haven't experienced
No, I'm saying that's what the rap is now. Yeah, a lot of rappers are rapping about, bro, that you not no gangster.
Yeah.
In the studio you is, but you are, but not in reality.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, we live in, you know, a social media world, so it's like whatever's trending, whatever topic, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whatever's trending, that's, you know, like I was leaving, I can't remember where I was Vegas, wherever I was. I had my fedora case with me.
Yeah.
I'm checking it at the airport. And the lady at the airport talking, oh, okay, you got your cowboy hat? You got your boots in your luggage? I'm like, nah, sweetheart, my boots ain't on the ground. I'm just, that's just a regular fedora. It's not a cowboy hat.
Right.
But, you know, that's what's trending. You know what I'm saying? Right now, that's what's trending. So everybody and their mama coming out to the concert with cowboy boots on
and the hat.
And the hat.
You're
You know
right.
what I'm saying? It's whatever's trending. Yeah.
Dre caused the stir. He said UK rappers are better than USA rappers lyrically. I'm just saying, but Kane, so you looking at me, man. I ain't got no.
Oh, you wanted me to respond?
Yeah, I ain't got but one head, man. I ain't got but one head. You looking at me like I had 3 heads. He said that.
I feel that with the amount of success that Drake has had in this game, he's entitled to his opinion. You know, in fact, I'm sorry. I think that everybody is entitled to their opinion. You know, that's the beautiful thing about an opinion. Everyone can have one. Whether I agree or disagree, you agree or disagree, everybody's entitled to have an opinion.
Correct.
You know, but I mean, if that's what Drake feel, hey man, go ahead, homie.
You were a trendsetter because you had the high top fade, you dressed, you had the rags on. How did you determine what was your persona going to be on the stage?
Well, like as I was saying earlier, you know, like you see like the pimps and the hustlers pull up in the deuces. I saw how all the other kids in the neighborhood gravitated to that. Mm-hmm. That was a look. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then my pops was a fancy dresser.
Okay.
My pops wore 3-4-piece suits. You know, Persian lamb coats. You know, the duster. That's the 4-piece.
Yeah. Okay.
I saw you.
I was like, yeah. I was like,
Yeah. Nah, it's the pants, the vest, blazer, and the duster.
Okay.
That's the 4-piece. But you know, I saw you know, this is what I saw. Like for example, I did Arsenio Hall, and they had built a whole set with garbage cans and graffiti and all this stuff, and I had them tear it down, and I told them to put me some of that sexy shit back up, like how you had it when I was here with Quincy.
Right.
You know, it wasn't because I was against graffiti or the street. It was because it's like me as a kid, I'm used to seeing, you know, the pimps and the hustlers pull up with the fur coats on, that type of stuff. And when we went to block parties, we put on the alpaca sweaters, the mock necks, the British Walker shoes.
Yeah.
You know, we wanted to look fly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I didn't actually see breakdancing until the movie Wild Style came out.
Wow.
I mean, actually on the street.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't actually, you know, see it. You know, so it was like, I'm like, that's not the background that I'm affiliated. It's hip hop.
Right.
It's hip hop. It's, you know, graffiti is one of the elements of hip hop. But I mean, it's like, that's not what we did on Lewis Avenue, where I came from.
Right.
So I wanted to represent my hood. You understand?
Yep. Fashion today. What do you like or dislike about what you see today? Because, you know, LL was in a sweatsuit, had his shirt off, he had, you know, had a tracksuit on, take his shirt off, big gold chain. Run DMC had the Adidas outfit, the shell toes, fat shoestrings. It all depends. Are you still, well, yeah, I'm sure. I mean, look how you come today. You come with white pants, red sweater, you know, LV kicks. So you still a fashion icon. You still into fashion like that, right? Do you like the way fashion is headed? You see kind of where it's going now?
I'm going to say this. I feel that we as the black youth were trendsetters. We were trendsetters.
Uh-huh.
You know? And not just the artists. Shout out to Dapper Dan.
Yep.
April Walker. Carl Kanai. You know, we were on the Shabazz brothers. You know, we were all trendsetters. And I think that now I see a lot of younger cats catering to, you know, what's popular on Fashion Week, as opposed to your own creativity.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Taking those hood elements and mixing them together, making them look fly. Especially if you're a rich artist.
Right.
Because you can take it to a whole nother level, because you got the money to do so, to become that trendsetter. You know, when Dapper Dan took the job at Gucci, you know, all he had to do was just remake the stuff he was making in the 80s.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That Gucci never made.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's like, you know, I feel like you have that power to just grab those street elements, that stuff that you know look hood sexy, and, you know, bring it together and create a look.
How do you become a ladies' man?
The hell if I know, Shannon. I just rode with it, man.
Yeah, I know you rode with it because you had 2 shows at the Apollo that sold out for women only.
Yes, sir.
I only know only one other artist that I know of Teddy Pendergrass used to have women only.
That's where we got the idea from. It was an idea from lady that worked at Warner Brothers, Ife Kiera, and we decided to do 2 shows at the Apollo for ladies only, because she broke it down, because she went to the Teddy show. Mm-hmm. So she was like, she was like, well, you know, he had teddy bears in every seat that said, you know, hug on Teddy. So I was like, okay, we got to flip that. Put candy canes in every seat and let it say suck on Kane. You know, so that's what we did, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember his documentary where they were telling the story. He was telling that story, part of it, and then man, do you think? I mean, think about it, Kane. A rapper sold out shows, women only. A rapper, 2 sold out shows, women only. Is that possible today?
Drake.
You think Drake could do it?
Hell yeah. And
But you were the first?
Yeah. Rap wise, yeah, I was the first. But I mean, Drake, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, dude has a massive crowd. He has so many hits for the ladies.
Yes.
You know, yeah. Drake could do it.
How do you even get into modeling?
I can't remember whether it was April Walker or, oh man, I can't remember who it was who asked me to wear their stuff on the runway. And like, I was in my zone. Honestly, I was nervous because I know how my bop walk is.
Yeah.
I know, and I didn't want to do that on the runway. And what I did, because I remember when I told them afterwards, they was cracking up laughing. I was like, the whole time, even though the house music stuff was playing or whatever was playing, the whole time I was humming the bass line to Richard Pryor, Which Way Is Up, while I was walking. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. That's what I was humming in my head so that I'd walk straight, you know? Yeah. And that, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I anytime I was on the runway, that's what I would do.
But you was also offered an opportunity to be in Playgirl.
No.
You took it?
Yeah, we went for it.
Caitlin, we went for it.
It started as a joke.
Right.
The publicist from Warner Brothers, Gene Shelton.
Okay.
He had just got me in Essence magazine. Mm-hmm. And he was like, man, young blood, I've done so many things for you in your rap career that I never thought I could do for no rap artist, man. You know, like, I'm having so much fun working with you. Like, we done been in Jet magazine. We done been, you know,
Essence, all of it.
Like, we done did everything.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, ain't nothing left. You know, I was like, and I just made a joke. I was like, unless it's like you like Playboy magazine. He's like, you mean Playgirl? I'm like, yeah, Playgirl. Yeah. I was like, unless we're gonna do something like that, and we laughed, and then we looked at each other.
You weren't laughing no more. You was dead. You was dead ass.
Shit, let's do it. You know, yeah.
Madonna asked you to pose for her sex books.
Yeah. Warner Brothers sent us on a promotional tour.
Okay.
Myself, Madonna, Color Me Bad. And we were like going to like, you know, upscale hospitals, like the patients in there were like, you know, young white kids. They didn't really know who I was.
Right.
And, you know, Madonna's sitting there talking to me, you know who that is? That's Big Daddy Kane.
Right.
He's a famous rapper. Here, let me hear you say, ain't no half. And I'm like, Madonna know my shit. Oh, yeah. Wow. I'm bugging, man. So afterwards, we outside, and I'm like, hey, thank you so much, you know, for acknowledging me. I appreciate that. And then she was like, no, my pleasure. She was like, listen, I'm doing a book. It's just photographs, not, you know, talking, just photographs. I would love to have you involved. I would be honored. And she was like, but it's, you know, probably gonna be real racy, like nude photos. I was like, shit, even better. Let's do it.
Even better.
Yeah. But let me tell you how real Madonna was, man. I mean, it was the day started off so much fun where I'm like, okay, yeah, this is the place to be. This is cool.
Okay.
When I got to the set, Madonna comes running across the room, butt ass naked. Kane, so glad you made it. Let me tell you, I was just standing outside in the middle of the street, in between the divider, just like this, no clothes on, with my thumb out, taking photos. But not one single car stopped. Can you believe that? Fucking Madonna, nobody stopped for me. I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be an amazing day, right? I'm like, this day gonna be amazing, right? Because she on 10 already. I'm like, yo, yeah, she wilded already. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Do you believe there's a rapper today that could do Playgirl or do a sex book? Photos like what Madonna did?
I think that there's rappers today that's coming from doing that to become a rapper.
Movies. Brown Sugar. You also an equalizer with Queen Latifah. Is that something you wish you had partaken in more?
Yeah. Yeah, I wish I would have stayed, focused on that and, continued pursuing, my film career. I think that I could have done a whole lot more, had a much bigger impact. But I mean, hey man, it ain't too late. Look how, what age Morgan Freeman was when he made his Bones. Mm-hmm. So, it ain't too late.
It's not, because I remember he was Easy Reader in Electric Company.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right, yeah.
That's what I do. And then the next thing you know, I get older, he in the movie, I was like, hold on, that's Easy Reader.
Yeah. But I mean, right now at this here point, I probably would more focus on, my son, mm-hmm. his film career. Right. Because I truly believe that he's more of a natural than I am.
Right.
He just got it.
You had it.
Yeah.
Okay. You was in Dave Chappelle's Block Party. Mm-hmm. What was that experience like?
I mean, to actually see Dave Chappelle in his element.
Yeah.
I mean, when I saw the movie, I was upset about so much funny stuff that didn't make the movie. Crazy stuff I heard him say, mm-hmm. While we were there, filming. But it was great to be a part of it because Dave Chappelle is that dude right now.
He is.
I think he is, the best comedian of today. And he's such a hip hop fan mm-hmm. and knowledgeable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Knowledgeable. He knows the history. So, I have nothing but the utmost respect for him. I thank him so much for, including me in that.
Your song was featured in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I mean, when you hear your music and things like that, how does that make you feel?
I mean, it's amazing because you got to understand, these are kids.
Yes.
And it's like, you're saying, this is Big Daddy Kane, and it's like, who? And then they hear Warm It Up Kane, and then that's you? Oh, I know that from Grand Theft. So, you know what I'm saying? It gives me that feeling of my girl.
Yeah.
There's children today that know my girl from top to bottom, but don't know the Temptations.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Women rappers. I mean, you the exception. You mentioned Roxanne Shante. Give me your five. I mean, there's some great ones, and you're probably gonna tick some people off because when you say five of anything, that means you leave something off. Mm-hmm. Give me your five women's rappers.
That's right. That's why I'm not gonna give you my five. But I will say that some of my favorites, I'm gonna try to go from then till now, would be Sha Rock, Debbie D, Roxanne Shante, Salt and Pepper, Queen Latifah, MC Light,
Yep.
Eve, Foxy, Kim, Lady of Rage.
They forgot it.
If you call Lauryn Hill, a rapper I like too because she's a monster with the bars.
Yes, yes.
I'd say Lauryn Hill, Lady London, Lola Brooke. I'm probably forgetting a few, but yeah.
Who is this said? I forget who said it, that he believes female rappers are becoming over-sexualized.
Well, I mean, it's like, you know, that's what they did to them back in the days, you know what I'm saying, trying to force them, you know, to be sexy. That's one of the main things that, you know, I've always respected about Queen Latifah.
Right.
You know, she was like, I'm gonna keep it Afrocentric and I'm gonna be the queen. I'm not putting that tight shit on, you know, I'm you know, that's something about Queen Latifah I've always respected.
Yes.
She did it her way.
Queen has always been the queen.
Yeah.
I mean, when you meet her behind the scenes, in front, she the queen.
Yeah.
Bro, I need to know. You got me in North Carolina. You from Brooklyn, New York. There could not be anything more different than Brooklyn, New York, than North Carolina. How? Why?
Well, you know, yeah, I'm from Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. But I hadn't lived there since 1987.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I said the same thing that Biggie said when I first made a record. I ain't never leaving the hood. But then I realized that I had to.
You had to.
You know what I'm saying? I felt like I wanted to be here with my people. You know what I'm saying? We're going to walk this walk together. But then I realized that, you know, your people start looking at you differently. So, you know, I hadn't lived in the hood since 87. I moved to Jamaica Estates in Queens.
Okay.
So I was, you know, in like kind of like a suburban area almost, you know, and I had a lot of friends in Long Island that lived in the real suburbs. You know what I'm saying? So when I came down here in the 90s and did a show, because like my family is from South Carolina.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We you know, dirt roads and stuff like that. You know, people don't know you and walk up and be like, what your name is? You know what I'm saying? That's where, you know, where I spent my summers.
Right.
In South Carolina. So when I came to North Carolina and saw that, nah, this ain't country, you know, this
Laid
just
back,
like Long Island.
yeah.
It looked just like Long Island.
Raise a family.
Yeah, I was like, I could actually live here.
Right.
And I did it.
Wow. When you were growing up, did you want to do anything else other than music? Did you want to play sports? Did you think that basketball or any like a sport was going to be your avenue out of the hood?
I played basketball in the 7th grade, but you know I got you know kicked off the team and out to school. So
What the hell you do, Kane?
I did something bad.
How you tell your mom you got kicked out of school? You go home and tell your mom or your grandma or your parents. How you tell them? I ain't gonna be able to go to school tomorrow. I don't know when I'm gonna be able to go to school again.
I explained, you know, what I was upset about, and you know, she understood where I was coming from, but it was like, you know, like you still shouldn't have did that. You still shouldn't have handled it that way.
Right.
You should have just, you know. So, you know, it was what it was, and we ended up going to a different school.
Ooh.
And by the time, you know, I got to like finish 8th grade, I wanted to be an MC.
So sports didn't matter anymore.
Yeah. Because see, like I said, when I said in the 70s, when I saw Master D, I wanted to be a DJ.
Right.
So that's how I started. I was like DJ Sir Romeo. And someone broke in my grandmother's crib, stole my turntables.
Well, you're not a DJ anymore.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I became, you know, Tony T.
Okay.
Yeah. Glad I left that name alone, right? I became Tony T. And, you know, then when I became MC Kane, that's when I started, really like focusing, honing on the craft of that, But I mean, so I wasn't really thinking about basketball anymore.
So you're a Knicks or Hornets fan now?
Knicks. Come on, man.
I mean, you.
I come from where when Michael Jordan come and drop 55 on the Knicks, he got to leave with a 34D on his eye. That's where I come from. I come from Oakley, Anthony Mason, Patrick Ewing.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Charles
that legacy alone, gotta love the Knicks, man. Regardless of who come afterwards, just for what they was gangsters.
So you're a Giants or a Jets fan?
I don't watch football.
You don't watch football, Kane?
Nah, man. No disrespect, but can I just explain?
Yeah.
All right. And again, no disrespect, but it was like I couldn't wait to go to a Super Bowl party because I'm always hearing about them.
Right.
So finally I go, and we sitting there, finally gonna watch a football game. We watching, and the cameras zoomed in on a dude's ass in spandex. And all of a sudden a play happens and everything happened in like 5 seconds. It's over, back to the dude's ass in spandex. I'm like, and this is what y'all watch all day? I'm like, I can't do it. I'm good.
I'm out.
Yeah, I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. Yeah, I just couldn't do it. I didn't, because like with basketball,
right.
You see them running up and down.
Yeah.
The court, even like hockey,
right.
It was like, I just felt like, nah, I can't watch this.
Yeah. You use a lot of boxing references in your songs. You boxing, clearly you got to be a boxing fan. I guess
All day. That's my favorite sport.
That's your favorite sport?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite boxer?
Ali. Like, that's how I used a lot of Ali stuff to win battles. Because, you're going on somebody else's turf.
Yes.
So already, like when I go there, I want to make him uncomfortable on his own turf. Or I want to make his boys be into me.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want his boys to be like, to like what I'm saying.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because they dare to boo me anyway.
Right.
Because they with this guy.
You got Canelo or you got Bud?
I want to say Bud. I can't really say until I see the weight.
Right.
I can't really say until I see the weight.
Right.
But I mean, just off of like so far what I've been putting together,
right.
I would say Bud.
Wow. You were really close with Biz. Biz passed away with type 2 diabetes. I think Irv Gotti had diabetes, and you become very, very health conscious. When did you start prioritizing your health? Because, I mean, obviously, like I said, you were very close with Biz.
I mean, I was, with that way prior. Like when I started like learning, like how long beef stays in your system.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was like 87 when I stopped eating beef.
Really?
Yeah.
So you chicken, turkey, fish?
I stopped eating I stopped eating poultry, period, in 89. Just pescatarian.
So you pescatarian, okay.
Yeah.
So you was pescatarian before it was even in vogue. I mean, now you pescatarian, you vegan, or whatever the case may be.
But yeah, since 89, yeah.
Wow. You were a member, or you were in the 5%. What did you learn from your time in that?
I mean, I still claim 5%. But I mean, it's
okay.
Like I mean, well, first of all, knowledge of self.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Understanding who you are as a black man,
mm-hmm.
and and your power, how much power you have, and I mean, so that's one of the main things. But then also, how to, try to deal in equality with others. You know what I'm saying? How to try to deal in equality and try to bring others up and teach the youth.
Mm-hmm.
All that stuff you learn, from Islam.
Oh, okay. thoughts on cancel culture? That, you know, you have a mistake, you have a slip up, and then that's the end of it.
I mean, I think that anybody is entitled to make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the name of the game is do better.
Yes.
You know?
Don't make that same mistake twice.
Yeah. You know, anybody is entitled to make mistake. You know, it's just do better. You made this mistake. What did you learn from it? You know what I'm saying? What did you learn from it? Don't make this mistake again. You know what I'm saying? How you going to do better? How you going to improve on the relationship you destroyed, or the black cloud that you created? What you going to do to fix that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But anybody's entitled to make a mistake. And I'm saying, let me add one more thing to that. What's funny to me is that with that whole cancel culture thing, they'll do that to someone over the slightest little thing that they did wrong, and it'd be that one thing. But I know of a guy that do wrong things every day that everybody just sweep under the rug.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you know, what the hell really is cancel culture?
True. What's your favorite era of music?
My favorite era of music? Oh, man. That one's hard, Shannon. That one's hard, man. It's like, I like the music better in the 70s, but the 60s had some hellified stories,
Right.
man. Like, Smokey Robinson.
Well, 60s was Motown.
Yeah, Smokey Robinson. But I mean, like, I'm just talking about the stories. Like,
Yeah.
Smokey Robinson, Chris Christopherson. There was some writers that where their pen was just goodness.
Yeah.
Like, what was you thinking, man?
70s had some good music too, though.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like music, and even like with the writing in the 70s, you had some amazing people. Ashford and Simpson, hell of a pen game.
See, I like the big bands in the 70s. See, I like Kool and the Gang, Ohio Players, the Stylistic, the Barcades, Lakeside.
Okay, see, I'm just talking about the writing side. Now, the music side, I mean, yeah, Isley Brothers.
Heat Wave.
Yeah, Isley Brothers, Heat Wave, Cameo.
Yeah. Kool and the Gang.
Kool and the Gang, yeah. Yeah, all that.
Who's that? Casey and the Sunshine Band.
KC and the...
I mean, everything was bands back then.
Yeah.
And they could do it.
Yeah.
I still like to go. I still, occasionally if I can catch them, go see Ohio Players. I love bands. I want to catch. Kool and the Gang. I want to catch the Ohio Players.
Yeah.
Because they was the first group. I mean, all their songs one word: roller coaster, skin tight, fire, firecracker. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have all these.
Yeah.
But
that slow song they had, Less
Rick
Love.
House. Yeah.
Nah, Less Love.
Yeah.
Lord, it takes L and the O. That was my joint.
What are your thoughts on New York losing the crown as best rap city? We got that now. ATL. Hey, I'm just saying, we got it now. We got it now.
Absolutely. No, absolutely.
Okay.
No, I mean, I think that, hip hop is universal, and, everybody, deserve their shot. I remember when the West Coast had it, yeah. I mean, it's like this here. If it's entertaining, I'm there for it.
Right.
I'm here for it.
Right.
Yep. Like out of the South, I love listening to CeeLo. I love listening to Outkast. T.I. I love T.I.
Luda.
Oh man, Luda, forget about it. Love Luda.
Yeah, I do too.
Love Luda. I mean, I've always, I'll tell you a funny story. I remember when Juvenile first came out with Her.
Yeah.
And the video came on Video Jukebox. And I'm, in New York with, a lot of my boys from the hood. And it came on. They like, yo, this is what hip hop is becoming? this shit here, this is what we got to listen to now. And I just turned my back. I turned my back and started doing some other stuff because I liked the record. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was dope.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm the only one that, I'm like, am I the only one that think this shit is hot? You know, because I'm sitting there, oh, you about to treat your nose, huh? You know what I'm saying? I love that song, man. I loved it, you know? Yeah.
You mentioned, you said you like because when I asked you about the women, you named off about 10 or 12. You feel the same way about the guys?
As
like 5 in your. If I gave you 5 guys and say, Kane, for the next 10 years, you're gonna listen to 5. Who you playing? You only got 5 guys. You only got 5 rappers, past or present, that you can listen to. Who you rocking?
First of all, man, you're getting real great at this. I love how you reworded that.
Yeah. We gonna get you down on something. You got 5. You got 5.
Well, I mean, you know, honestly, it may not be the 5 that I think are the greatest lyricists.
Right.
It might be it would probably be the ones who I just like.
You like listening to. Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, we be talking about, you know, Chuck D, Slick Rick, Jay-Z, I don't know. Chuck D, Slick Rick, Jay-Z. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I would say CeeLo and Chub Rock.
Okay.
But see, like I said, it may, you know, because it's like, I love CeeLo voice, man.
Yes.
I love CeeLo voice.
Yeah.
And I love Chub Rock voice.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Have you ever met Chub Rock?
I have never met Chub Rock.
Do you know he talks like that in real life?
Really?
Yeah. He talks like that in real life. Like my brother tripped out when he first time he heard Chub because we was in the studio and Chub just walked into the studio. He's like, yo, Kane, that's John Blaze, man. Who did that, Moby? Like he talks like that in real life.
I tell people the same thing about E40.
Yeah.
E40 talks exactly like you hear him. That's how 40 talk.
Like we met, we're doing a movie together, and like I'm sitting there just staring at him like, yo, is he messing with me or he really talk like this, man? Yeah. He talk.
You
like
once said Eminem is the Kobe of rap. Who's Mike? Who's LeBron?
I honestly don't know how to answer that, Shannon. I don't know how to answer that because I don't know what's the qualifications of a Mike, what's the qualifications of a LeBron. I don't know what the qualifications are of a Kobe when you're making a reference to rap.
Right.
So I don't really know how to answer that one.
You're still performing.
Yes, sir.
And there was a situation where I think it was Bow Wow, I think it was Fat Joe. They had a couple at SeaWorld. Did you see that?
No, I heard about it.
You hop on the mic at SeaWorld?
Not now.
Not now?
Not now.
I mean, they got a little check. They got a little check for you, Kane.
You know, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm just gonna say this, man. Fat Joe is a hip hop legend. Bow Wow is a young hip hop legend, man. And both those guys did a lot for the game. Whatever decisions they make or they decide to do, I respect it. You know?
The next 50 years, I think rap just had its anniversary, 50-year anniversary. The next 50 years, what would you like to see for rap?
Rap, I would like to see young hip hop artists that focus on writing songs that impact their fan base life and step on stage and be great performers, whether they got production behind them or not. You know, even if you don't have no LED lights and
Pyrotechnics
explosions
and all, yeah.
that there stuff, you still know how to rip that stage apart.
Right.
You know?
We're going to wrap. Thank you for coming on Club Shay Shay. Anything, you got a book, Just Rhyming with Biz, a documentary, Paragraphs I Manifest, any new music. I heard you dropping your own wine and cooking show.
Yeah. On wine, yeah. A Monterio, you know, yeah. Yeah. That, you know, the book Just Rhyming with Biz, talking about, you know, Biz discovering me and getting me a record deal and all the madness we went through trying to get on, you know. And I told you about the docu-series rather, you know. Yeah.
Right. Lyricists, KRS-One, Nas, Jay-Z, Rakim, RZA, Method Man, LL, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Lil Wayne, Big Daddy Kane, Slick Rick. Will we ever, because KRS-One, Rakim, y'all were in the LL, a lot of you guys were in the same era. Same. It's kind of like if you'd had LeBron, Kobe, Jordan, Bird, Magic, Giannis, Jokic, if you'd had the 10, and all of them in the same era. I mean, just think, you, Jay-Z, all you guys, J. Cole, Method, all you guys in the same era. You ever thought about that? What it would be like if, like, what would it be like if I was in this era with J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar and Lil Wayne? What would it be like if they were in my era with X, Y, and Z? Have you ever thought of it like that?
Yeah, I mean, I could tell you what it'd been like, you know. I would have been on the sneaker tongue with my legs up.
So you the job man. Big Daddy Kane. Kane, thank you, man, for joining Club Shay Shay, man. We appreciate it, bro.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all